even know about him.
Okay.
No. He's a comedy special and you should watch it. It's super dark humor. Oh, like, it was like a 9/11 jokes section.
So, last week.
We're on YouTube now saying this.
Right?
Anyway.
You guys beat the crazy weird thing outside of the purification plant in the middle of the swamp. You went down there, you tried to purify the orb and it exploded, kind of. It just shattered. Couldn't figure out why. Thank God you grabbed that incense so that you didn't get beat up by a whole bunch of ants.
Sorry.
Left and met the headmaster of the Academy of Magic.
We just left it at, like, just meeting him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so he pretty much asked you to follow him.
Yeah.
So the elderly gnome leads you into the grounds of the Academy. The grounds are expansive and seem to stretch farther than a regular area should. The buildings pile on top of one another in a haphazard way. Like every time a building needed to be expanded, they would just build on top of the previous building. The paved walkways twist and turn throughout the grounds and around the buildings, weaving in intricate patterns that make it very easy to get lost. This is really hard to read when it's not lit. The paths are filled with students, some wearing traditional wizard robes, some wearing baggy pants and loose shirts, some even wearing light armor and carrying swords. All have books, scrolls, or backpacks filled to the brim with both. Brooms dance and sway everywhere, cleaning and dusting the pavement and walls. One dances by and you see a faint shimmer of a figure holding it, and then it disappears again. The gnome leads you into the heart of the complex, a large golden building with 2 double doors that open by themselves as your party approaches. Keep up, younglings. Plenty of time for gawking later. He shuffles into the doorway and the doors close silently at your passing. The room you enter is very large, very ornate amphitheater. A tiered dais sits on the far wall. One large chair, risen in the middle, and 7 more evenly spaced below it. Surrounding it are cushioned benches that could seat the population of half the city. You are led to the side of this chamber. It pretty much looks like like a concert hall.
Sorry, one's on the wrong way. I'm gonna change and grab me. Oh.
Have a drink.
Okay.
You are led to the side of this chamber and down a long hall. A simple oak door opens at your approach, and the gnome heads to the far side to sit at a small desk. As opposed to the grandeur of the rest of this structure, this room is small but comfortable. Large cushioned chairs surrounded by dark wood bookshelves overflowing with scrolls, books, and even piles of parchment. Disorder reigns in this place, but it also makes you feel comfortable and safe. The gnome waves his hand, and the books and paper littering the chairs move onto the shelves, and he motions you to sit with a grunt. The gnome clears his throat. My name is Headmaster Poshment, but you may call him Headmaster Poshment. I can see you have many questions. I get it. You're confused. The look on your faces tells me everything. You've come here to ask why, who, where, when, what. Well, I have answers. You just need to ask. Aren't very chatty, are you? I can't do all the work. Come on, ask. There's a brief pause and he begins again. Eyes giving off a soft golden glow. His demeanor all of a sudden looks more alert and energetic. Almost like a different person began inhabiting his body. His name is Headmaster Poshment, but you may call me Headmaster Poshment. He states in a more sarcastic tone. He looks at you expectantly.
How do you spell schizophrenic?
So
What? The orb broke for us.
yeah.
Yes.
What? Do you have the orb?
Yeah, he has the orb.
Okay, he has the orb.
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't have the orb. We just put it back.
Yeah. Sorry, my friend over here.
Defend that rights thing down.
Yeah. So what happened to the academy? Why wasn't it here before? Why were you guys in hiding, or?
That's a good question. Let me look that one up.
It was trapped.
Trap, probably.
There's a trap.
Yes, that's right.
It's a trap. Okay. So without the voice, because I can't do it for the whole thing.
That's fine.
Bad attitude.
So a little bit of history on the place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you know, or may not know, one of the schools taught at the academy is divination. It deals with the seeing of the unseen, be it objects, places, or even the future and past. Some use an arcane approach, which we teach here, and some use a divine approach. He winks at Robin. Before we moved here, our school of divination received a telling. The one aforementioned, 30 years ago, she received another. I told... well, I'll tell you that one later. It told of danger to the orb, but not when. We have been studying the orb for many years as it does its work and cannot... As it does its work and cannot fully... What the hell?
Reading's hard.
I know it is, especially when I'm trying to read it fast. We have been studying the orb for many years, and it does its work and cannot fully duplicate its magic. Anyway, we've been trying to duplicate it and we can't. If only we could speak to the queen. But anyway.
The queen of what?
The 3A. I believe you've met her.
Yeah, we have.
Several times, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, we could
Maybe.
olive branch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
We worked out a way to make an orb ourselves, but it only lasts a few months to a year. We decided to use these pseudo-orbs to power the plant and sustain life, all the while studying the real orb. When the mayor was murdered, we replaced the waning pseudo-orb. We took the waning pseudo-orb and replaced it with another that would let us know if someone tried to purify it. No doubt you felt the pulse after the fake shattered.
Yes.
We used the real orb to seal off our pocket dimension and eventually close the open door.
Why did the academy disappear before we got here?
Because they used the real orb to seal it away for
You
safekeeping.
literally just said that, didn't you?
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
So I'm
Sorry.
assuming you are then
Sorry.
aware of all the going-ons in the city. Are you able to assist us? We are about to go into battle with
Corval.
Corval.
Okay.
Important people page.
Yeah.
You should have a book.
So what have you for? Your handwriting is so much nicer.
I can provide information.
White people game.
But we have wizards here that can teleport you for a small fee.
That's fine.
And with word from me, they can transfer you somewhere close to where you need to go.
Okay.
If there's any way we could rest too right now.
We don't.
Absolutely. Time doesn't answer the same in campus that it does on the real world. Look at it like we live in a pocket dimension with the door wide open.
Like the multiverse kind of deal?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. You may walk in and out anytime you please, but the time that passes inside the dimension / campus is a third of the time that passes outside the campus dimension.
So 8 hours sleep would be 2 hours?
Something like that.
Yeah.
No.
That's a 4.
Try again.
Math
8
is
hours
hard.
sleep
Mm.
would be
Third of 8.
24 hours outside. 3 times.
Wow. Okay. Sure. Wait.
So it's the wrong way.
Oh, it's the wrong way? That's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that right? No, that is wrong.
It's like a little, like 2.3 hours inside.
Yeah.
Would be 8 hours
Oh,
outside.
okay.
Like,
No.
So 2.3
no.
hours outside.
It
would be 8
passes
hours
slower
inside.
inside than outside.
Yeah. So we have time to rest, is what the gist
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
it is.
so,
So
8
it would
hours here
only be
2
2 and a-
hours in the
two-
real
2.5
world.
hours.
Yeah,
Got it.
2.5, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
No, yes, no, yes, yes.
So,
Pocket
Okay.
dimensions are funny.
there's so much fun. Multi-space and dimension. Okay, sorry. So we have time to rest here in this pocket dimension. right?
Absolutely.
And is there any way you could aid us in this?
I don't have anything that I could give you except to get you there quickly.
That actually works out perfectly because we're racing against the time.
Do we have any other questions before we want to do that then?
You don't have any arrows? Or
I feel
bolts?
like we need arrows and bolts, and if we can't get them here, then we should have them
We should have no
teleport
force.
us to a place close that may have supplies.
I completely agree with that statement.
Ditto.
It would also be nice to get a couple additional potions.
Healing potions if they have
Yes.
them.
Well, unfortunately, this isn't a divine campus; it's an arcane campus, so we don't make those here.
I know. I'm
arcane.
thinking as when we
Go to a place
teleport
and
out,
tell a place to
maybe
a
we
place.
can try to
There's
help
a general
discern
store
some
next to the
places.
forest, right? That we went to before. I believe. But,
There's general stores all over the city. It's not hard to find a
I mean,
weapons store. It's a big city.
Yeah.
so,
Just a thought when we decide to teleport.
But we
Yeah.
do have information, and if you'd like to use our libraries, you're more than
I
welcome
would.
to.
Do you know anything about
What we might be facing.
What's his name?
Corval.
Corval's kind of tower where he's at.
Personally, I don't, but you might find some information in the library.
So we have time to look in the library though because
We do. Let's take a quick.
How much
rest.
time do you have?
We have. I mean,
I think we have,
we have
like,
8 hours to rendezvous with
have
the
about
army.
12 hours.
We have
12
12 hours to rendezvous with the army.
So that's about a day and a half in here. That should give you plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I suggest you speak with the head librarian. I'll let her know that you're free to look as you please,
Mhm.
to a certain extent. She is the most knowledgeable about the content of this place of learning when it comes to research. Her name is Orna.
Or no?
Okay. Do you have any other questions for the headmaster?
I don't. But if you guys can think of anything that would be helpful,
No.
I think Orna is our
Is our next place after
next
we
place,
left?
like our next place of question. Do you have any information that you think would be helpful to our quest?
So we don't know what to ask. Just tell us all the shit.
Because you know what you're
Not
going.
that I
you
know
You
of.
know what we're getting against. We're going against Corval. This is the reason that you protected the orb in the first place because you're divination.
As you actually
I think
say
it's
this, his speech begins to taper off and his head lulls again. In a brief moment, his head pops up again. Hello, my name's Headmaster Poshman, and his name is Headmaster Poshman. He stops and looks at your faces. Oh, I've done it again. Well, what he said. Now off with you. I've work to do, and a campus to resupply. Go on, get out.
Thank you, Poshman.
Thank you.
So leaving the small office, you see a young man in white robes off to the side, bow to you and motion you over. Hello, my name is Perry. I'm an acolyte here at the academy. I'll be your guide. If there's anything you need, or any place you need to go, just let me know. Please don't wander off. It's really easy to get lost here.
Do we want to go rest and eat now? And
I
then
would
go to the
rather
library?
I would rather go to the library first to get information on what we need to rest for to prepare spells,
Sure.
if that's an option.
That's
Okay.
fair.
So because we're no rush right now,
No.
because we have a day and a half.
Yeah.
So I would rather go to the library, figure out what we need, and then
It's
rest.
fine with me.
Okay.
Because I mean, no one's dying right now.
No,
right?
no, we're fine.
No one's dead, obviously.
Caius is okay.
This is okay.
He's okay. We're about to rest.
Yeah.
As long as he's like no one's poisoned. No one's
Can we head to the library then?
Absolutely. So Perry takes you over to the library. It takes you about 20 minutes. It's a big campus. It's like, imagine SF State 3 times larger.
Or in Huska.
Right, pretty much. It totally is. It's huge. You need a golf cart to get most places, but they don't have them. Yeah, it takes you a while to get to the library, and the library is gigantic.
Yeah.
Here's the library of the academy. Just so you know, this is a third of it. The other 2/3 is underground.
Is there any way you can meet with Orna?
Orna? Yeah, come on in. So he takes you in, and he takes you to the front desk, and he kind of bing, bing. And an attendant comes up, and they speak, and they kind of get heated a little bit, and you hear Perry kind of yell a little bit. You see the attendant huff off, and about 5 minutes later, an older woman, bun, like hair pulled back into a tight bun. It almost looks like she's got Botox, except that it's only because her hair's so freaking tight. Comes out in a blue robe, and she walks up. How can I help you?
Hi.
We're hoping that you could help us gather some information about Corval and what we may face in his tower.
I don't know who that is.
He is the dark wizard that's been running rampant on the dark person, that has been running amok in the city.
He's been corrupting all the orbs in the city.
Yeah.
Do you have any information about corrupt orbs and like how you would corrupt them?
As far as the orbs are concerned, that's kind of a tight-lipped subject.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not allowed to give you that information.
Okay.
But I'm sorry.
You will give us information.
I will not give you the information.
I'm not a Jedi. Got it.
But I may be able to find somebody from another school to help you with information about certain things if you're looking for something and you can't find it here.
The thing we are on. I mean, I know we're in a pocket dimension right now, but we're on a time limit. Would they have time to get over here?
Yes, I can go ahead and have somebody sent over. Are you going to be in a specific place, or should I have them meet you here?
I feel like should we?
Let's go rest and have them send them over, and that'll give us they can just meet us wherever we're resting.
Yeah.
Okay, that could work. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna go rest in one of what I assume is the guest rooms.
I don't know. We need a hotel near a convenience store.
Harry speaks up.
Yeah.
I was just going to take you to the dorm room,
Perfect.
but there's 4 of you, and it's usually 4 people to a room.
Perfect.
Oh man. Okay.
All right. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
If you could have,
College level, like.
if you could have,
She looks at you. Is there anything else you need to know about the area or anything like that?
Can you tell me about the forest area around the? Where are we going? What's that forest place called? We're going back to the forest, right?
yeah.
What forest?
The elven forest, aren't we? Or not the what's the bee people?
I don't
Oh, you mean the Golden Gate Forest?
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you what everybody else knows about it. There's no secrets.
Can you tell us? Okay.
Yeah,
I guess I just want to know about the path from that to Corval's tower.
Well, you just take a gate there.
You just take a gate to like the front entrance, like Trump Tower.
Well, I don't know if it's right to the entrance, but it's downtown.
I guess you're right.
You mean like a transportation station?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, you know not to use those
Oh,
because they're being watched.
so we have to ride or walk over them, right?
I guess so.
I mean, I can give you a general map of the city if you'd like.
I would love that.
Okay.
That would be beautiful. Thank you. Do you have any questions? We're talking a lot.
Some point, actually. Yeah, it's alright for somewhere.
I just
city.
want to include you in
No, I'm just waiting to see. I'm trying to figure out what they might know
that we don't
already know, and
yeah, I can't.
from the perspective of we know what makes the swamp unique. We know why the orb's here. We know
what makes Corval's tower more unique than the other places of the orb. Why does Corval set his tower up there? Because I'm guessing there's an orb there, right?
No, there is no there.
There is an orb in City Hall.
Is that like a master orb? Or is it an orb that's different than the other orbs at City Hall?
No, it's not any different than any. I mean, every single orb is different in its own way.
I mean, yeah.
They're all unique because they were attuned to the areas they were placed
But
in.
is it more powerful than the other ones? Is there like a central hub kind of?
From your previous conversations and the meeting that you had a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
you know that again every orb is attuned to a different area.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the reason why he corrupted that orb and stayed there was because of the specific qualities of that specific orb. It's easy to defend, and he's drawing power to that orb from the others.
Got it.
So it's a conductor.
He's using it as a
centralized,
conductor,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So whatever he did to the other orbs, it's feeding that
From
orb.
that.
And that's why you can't get in there, and you couldn't get in there until you purified all the orbs.
Well, we could. It just wasn't the best of plans.
Yeah.
That would be an awful plan.
Okay.
I can't think of anything that would be like.
No,
I'm running a blank on
Yeah.
like.
Ditto.
I'm not also the best person to ask.
I know I'm the best person to ask. That's why I work here.
And I appreciate the work you're doing here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your dress is beautiful.
Thank you. It's a robe, but thank you.
Robe, dress.
Not
The
the
way
same
you wear
thing.
it makes it seem like it's a dress.
Is there anything else you'd like to know?
There it is.
Real quick here.
God, no.
They could just go to the dormitories, and
Yes,
you
I
could
would.
send over.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
All right. Perry's like, I think we better go.
Yeah.
And thank you, head librarian. And he walks out.
Okay.
It takes you over to the dorms. It doesn't take very long to get there. There's dorms all over the campus. He sets you up in a room, just like he said. It's basic beds and one room with 4 beds in it, and it's comfortable enough.
Okay.
So you guys rest?
Yes, we
Right.
do.
We're resting for 8 hours?
Yeah.
Kais needs it. He's out of stuff.
So, pin on everything. My first question is, if we do a rest for 8 hours, it's full health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The app just doesn't do that.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was wondering about. Because it kept saying, like, 6.
Yeah, it does short rests. But then it replenishes your spells. I don't get it either.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you play.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Cool.
So you wake up, everybody's
Yeah.
spelled and everything like that.
Prepare. Can I prepare spells
Mhm.
real quick? I already have them picked out, so it's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
So as you wake up after you commune and all that stuff, immediately there's a knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
I answer the door.
Okay. You open the door, and outside, Perry is still standing there. Just hasn't moved the entire time. And there is a small gnome woman outside, and she looks up at you. Oh, it's about time. You knew I was coming. Thank God I just got here. And walks in, kind of trundles in with a little ball, a little glass ball, and moves into the center of the room, sits down on the floor, puts the ball on the floor, and kind of starts concentrating. And you've seen this before. Not with an orb or anything, but with tarot cards and things like that. You've seen the whites of their eyes, or the eyes go white, and she gets a far off look, and she just starts speaking. And there was stuff that I actually did not. Come on.
I don't like when they do this. Whenever they go into this trance, they always tell us we're gonna die.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's grand.
I figured.
Love it. Love it.
I mean, I've seen and read Harry Potter enough to know that divination people always say they're going to die.
You're gonna die. You're always surprised when you don't.
I see.
Oh,
It was a
really?
little more vague death, but it was still death. Like, even the tarot cards was vague death, but it still led to death.
It's almost like we're preparing for this giant battle.
Right? So she kind of gets this weird twitch a little bit, but she holds steady. You can tell that she's been doing this for a long time. She knows what the fuck she's doing. This isn't just something that she learned herself. Like, everybody here has been taught to have control. And she just starts speaking. Corval was born of Lady Helena and Lord Marcus Blackwood. The Blackwoods have been a very prominent family in Fresno for decades, known for their leadership and magic abilities. They are also known for their shrewd business abilities dealing with and creating magical items. Corval was the second child, but first son of the Blackwoods. His older sister, Pentara, became one of the youngest construction mages of the age. Her great power and talents lay in the magical construction of large, ornate buildings and intricate towers. Corval himself began study while young and was driven by his family to be a great wizard. He excelled in making useful magical items, but never seemed to be able to surpass or even equal any other member of his family, much less their competition. His father pushed him to try harder, and in doing so, also pushed Corval to look into alternate means of obtaining power. At 17, Corval decided to leave home and begin greater study in the far city of San Francisco. He entered the Academy of Magic and soon became the staff favorite. He poured all his time and effort into seeking answers that should have no question, and eventually stumbled into a forbidden summoning spell buried deep in the archives of the Academy. As the years rolled by, Corval became obsessed with the summoning ritual and its components. He went to a trusted professor, who had helped him many times. They discussed and the professor denied him the secrets and information on the materials required for the ritual. After much coaxing, Corval finally wore down the professor and they agreed to perform the ritual together to be safe. After gathering all the necessary materials and going over the ritual many times to avoid mistakes, Corval and the professor agreed that the time was near. She kind of reaches out her hand and touches one of you, and then all of a sudden everybody's vision just shifts. And you're literally standing in this room, watching. They set everything in place and chanted the summoning incantation. Pouring all their magical ability into the summoning circles, they continued for what seemed like hours. After a time, they decided that the ritual was lacking something and began to give up. As they finished, a small buzzing turned their heads to the summoning circle. A small fly landed in the center of the circle. More flies began to join the first, then a swarm. Finally, the swarm became thick and began to take on the shape of a monstrous form. A large humanoid form thick with muscles, wrapped in strips of leather. The head and face replaced by a ram's skull, picked clean of all flesh and gleaming white in the darkness. Deep crimson eyes glowing from the sockets. A large scythe clutched in his oversized hand. A deep voice, like an avalanche, boomed from the mouth of the skull. Mouth unmoving. What is it you seek from the Prince of Plagues? Answer well, or die where you stand. Covering their ears in fear, both Corval and the professor fell to the floor on their knees in prostration. I only ask for power, Corval stated in a meek voice, the kind that can deal a deathly blow to all who come up against it. The eyes began to glow brighter. I see into your soul. There is much anger and resentment, a perfect place for my seed. You shall be one with me, and yet only a part. You shall have your power, and it will flourish. But know this, any who seek it will want to destroy you. Keep it hidden for a time. We shall call on you again to collect your payment for this gift. Corval looks up into the red eyes and nods reverently. As you wish, my lord. As Corval lowers his head, he lets out a low, deep moan. His body begins to morph into something that wasn't human or elven. His skin began to shrink and adhere to the muscle and bone. His fingers began to elongate, and his nails turned into claws. His leg bones began to snap and rearrange, and his feet hardened and became hooves. Ripping out of the flesh on his back, 2 new limbs began to grow. As they did, long black feathers extended and grew until the wings dragged on the floor. Your new form, hide it, disguise it. Do my bidding in the shadows and behind backs. Now go forth, my champion. Begin my work, for I shall call on you sooner than you think. The glowing eyes then shift to the mortal prostrate on the ground. And what of you? What would you seek of me? The professor remained huddled on the floor, not making anything but a small whining sound. We must do something about that mouth of yours. If you choose not to speak, we will put it to some use. The large being gestures behind him. Come, brother. I believe I have a present for you. A dark, indistinct form appears behind the monstrosity and hisses delightfully. Yes, I think this one will be perfect. From the shadows, a small tendril of dark energy snakes its way to the professor. As soon as it reaches him, it enters into his mouth and down into his stomach. A loud rumble begins, and the professor wraps his arms around his midsection and begins drooling on the floor. You are hungry, yes? Eat, chew, consume. You shall devour everything and never be satisfied. You shall always be in need of sustenance, but never will the consumed last long. Now will it taste of anything but ash. The shadow dissolved back into the darkness, and the larger entity nods in satisfaction. I will give you one more gift, my chosen. You may revert into your original form any time you wish to hide from your enemies. But the pain of shifting will remind you why you were given these gifts. As the last sentence is uttered, the form slowly fades, and the few last words are only heard from Corval's head as a whisper. Corval never spoke of the interaction, and the professor disappeared soon after. She pulls away. Your vision goes back. She kind of breathes a little bit heavily.
Holy moly.
What did you see?
Basically, Corval's creation.
Yeah, he was the
Professors at aid, and just like they met with
The-
I'm guessing a god.
the Lord of Plagues, I think is what his name
Lord
was.
of disease.
Yeah.
Right.
And he
But yeah.
yeah, and Corval basically turned into some sort of like demon.
Demigod.
We don't know if he's a demigod, but he's super powerful, like demon.
Did you get the description of what it looked like?
Yes, he has wings and.
Oh, no need to explain it to me. I wouldn't know.
Oh.
But definitely go to the library and find out if you can find anything on it.
You're a really smart person. You should totally do that.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you need to know or want to know? Anything you're looking for?
Oh my god.
I mean, we're just looking for a way to fight Corval.
No, you already know about the amulets, right? The symbol of Lord of Hunger is a wolf reaching for the moon, jackal grappling for the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Unless you guys have anything else, I mean, if you can't help us with Corval, then I think you've done more than enough.
Oh, well, that didn't take very long.
Unless you guys have other questions.
I think really,
Yeah.
I can make that really upsetting because I feel like there's something that I'm like missing completely that's right here, and it's like, what is it? No. Got
Yeah.
it. Fine.
Cool.
Hold on.
We just need to find a way to fight Corval.
You know many ant caverns below where we were at last time?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I can't. I can look into that for you.
No, it's cool. No, it's cool. It's not important.
He's kind of obsessed with that ant.
No, I'm not obsessed with the ants. It's just like I'm very sure we're missing something.
Yeah.
What it is.
Well, if that's it,
Yeah,
then I'm out.
That's it. Bye.
And she picks up her little orb and walks, trundles on out.
Thank you. Alright, you want to head to the library and ask about Corval's form and see if we can find any
deity that like granted him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All that jazz.
Okay. So Perry takes you back over to the library. Are you good with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right.
And it's just like, I know that folder.
I know the oh my god, really?
It's like the, oh my god, I'm on my way back to the library. Roll initiative for it.
Oh my goodness gracious. I didn't actually expect you guys to ask about this stuff, so I did not have it prepared.
Asked more than he expected.
Good job.
Probably didn't ask about other things.
No, Eric didn't ask about things he actually expected.
Right? That's okay too. I have a lot of information on the area, but that's about it.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
vast area of expertise on her.
Yeah, but we don't need to know about this area.
Yeah, but we need to know about like.
Yeah. Okay, so we
Let's
go
walk
back to what's her name?
Orna?
Orna,
Okay.
and we tell her about the vision, and I'm just so we see that Corval made a deal with some sort of, I want to say, demigod of plagues or disease.
It's the Lord of Disease.
Yeah,
It's
Lord of
Plagues.
Disease.
The Lord of
Skull
Plagues?
that,
Lord of
skull that
Plagues.
doesn't move.
Yeah, and then
That sounds like one of the horsemen.
yeah,
Apocalypse, great.
it's
Fun.
super duper.
She leads you over to the section about demons.
Mm-hmm.
Daemons, not demons. And it's pretty scary looking. It's a bunch of books that are really, really old, floor to ceiling, really thick. The bindings are like, oh, they've been used quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Bookmaking is not an easy profession, so they don't replace them very often. And she tells you straight up, there's information in these books that should not leave this place. Be very careful what you look for and how hard you dig.
Okay. So we need to look for the being that we see Corval turn into.
Okay, so Who wants to roll a knowledge religion
I would.
Do you have any knowledge?
I have no knowledge.
of religion as a cleric?
Religion you should have.
I have
no knowledge.
You are a cleric. You should
I
have
have-
religion.
0
Wow.
Well, I suggest next time you put some into religion.
Yeah.
You're a cleric.
I mean, I'll roll. I have a +1.
This
I got a
is just
+3.
me
Oh,
as Terrence.
So would you like to
letting
assist
you
him?
know
I'd like to assist
what
him.
you
I'd like to
should
assist
do.
him.
All right.
For a 20?
Where were
20,
you
okay.
when I was putting skills into places that I needed to put skills into?
It was like, I need to go to swim. And right, fuck knowing things. Who cares?
So
I
You find a
didn't
small
know shit.
passage.
You guys know shit. I was so dumb I couldn't read before. Like,
Just let me give you a little tip. It's not great for only one member of the party to know things.
No,
Yes.
you're incredibly right.
Everyone
But
else
it's
needs
also-
knowledge also.
My -2 on swimming
Run
and
into
climbing
issues
and acrobatics has
Like,
not
you
proven very
should have
helpful. Though.
religion. You should have nature.
I have local and geography and dungeoneering.
My escape
You should
artist.
engineering and make. You should.
You should have dungeoneering and nature.
okay, so sorry, I've got something in my
My
throat.
You should have
escape, my
like-
escape artist is -6. My swimming and climbing is -2.
The easy trick is if there's a star beside it, it's important to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, then all of my shit is dumb.
So you
except
find
for-
a small. You go through a few books.
Yeah.
And you find one in particular about. It's this weird, awful. Hang on a second. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool, cool.
My allergies are going crazy.
You're allergic to Jerry's bullshit.
Where that's coming from? Since hostility.
Hostility?
You find one book, kind of a weird, crazy. Oh my gosh! You can't believe somebody actually wrote this and believed it. Book, but there was an excerpt about 3 paragraphs long. Apollon has ruled for eons since he seized his throne and slew all potential rivals following the disappearance of his presumed dead predecessor. The Horseman of Pestilence, also known as the Prince of Plagues, and rules from his domain of the Plague Mere, a vast realm of swamps, flooded forests, and shallow acidic oceans. His citadel, the Throne of Flies, is carved from a titanic spinal column and set of ribs, rumored to be those of a dead god of healing, or a Protean lord slaughtered by the Four and dragged back to Abaddon to feast upon.
That's the god that is.
That's who gave him the power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And can we research weakness? Is that-
You can. You'd have to roll again. I'm not going to give it all to you at once.
Well, again.
What are we rolling for this time? Religion?
It's the same. Yeah. You're talking about daemons and like.
Okay, I'll roll insist. How about a 13?
A 13. The most you can find is that Abaddon is the daemon realm. You can't find really much more than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if.
Is there anything else you want to look up?
Can we look up
Does
the
he have
thing that
religion?
Corval turns
You should have it
into?
too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I forgot all about him being here.
He should have it. He's a paladin.
Should.
About equal to mine.
Well, I'm not surprised. They're only level 6.
Yeah, it would have put us at 15.
Huh?
It would have put us at a 15 instead of a 13.
Well, he can assist you this time if you want to look for what Corval turned into.
Or you can roll him and then you assist him.
Well, I can assist myself. What did Corval turn into?
Okay.
Let me try that one. That's not good. That will do it. How about a 25?
Nice, nice. So you're going through a book of really weird monsters and I'll wait till he comes out
Mm-hmm.
so we can take notes.
Bardic skills.
I know, don't you have the automatic 20 skill?
He
I just
just
used
used
it.
it.
I rolled a 5 and I was like, this is important. 25.
Well, anyway, so you're going through an old tome about like random daemons and like weird pictures and stuff, and you come across a picture of an emaciated figure with wings that droop down its back, and it's called a leucodemon or leucodemon, Daemon.
That's what
That's
Corval
what
turned
Corval's
into. Note taker, scribe.
Okay.
Get on it.
And they are the deacons of the Horsemen of Pestilence. They serve their lord in Abaddon as well as across the plains by spreading plagues and pandemics. Leucodemons stand upward of 14 feet tall, but weigh just over 200 pounds. The skulls that serve as their heads can be replaced with any skulls, yet the creatures choose horse skulls to show their loyalty to the horsemen. The creature's true head is merely a blistered knob between its shoulders.
There it is.
They are they are weak against good and silver.
Good and silver. Good. Silver I can work with. Silver I can work with.
Well, the good is the your paladin's thing.
Uh-huh.
And you have to be careful because they have something called an infectious aura.
Infectious aura.
Yep.
You don't know what that does, right?
You do not.
Silver and...
Actually you do.
You have a silver sword?
So within 50 feet of the daemon, you take a -4 penalty on fortitude saves against disease effects.
Within a...
50 feet radius.
50-foot radius.
-4 fortitude?
Fortitude.
On diseases.
Fortitude saves, yeah, against disease effects. And since you're dealing with a deacon of the Lord of Pestilence, you might want to watch out for that.
Yeah. So stay far away.
Is there anything else you want to look up while you're in the library?
Nothing I can think of. We know what he's weak against. And...
You know what his head is?
Do we know if there's potential ways to defend against this infectious aura?
Well, I mean,
Not being within 50
I mean, not being
feet.
within feet,
Yeah.
obviously, but would there be a way to fortify ourselves?
no,
for it?
unfortunately not.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah, there's no saving throws or anything.
That's just
I know. They're very smart. They're very cunning. They're very dexterous.
Cool.
And that's what they look like, by the way. You get like a rough sketch of them.
Spooky.
Yeah, like creepy and gross.
Alright. Yeah, I think that's... Unless you guys have other things you want to look up.
I mean... That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think...
And, like, it just makes me want to sit here and put remove disease on. A lot of remove disease. Where the fuck? Where is that?
I mean, it's an aura, so even if you remove it, it'll just come right back on you, I assume. Since it's like
It's a constant thing around
a
it.
constant thing. So it's like no point in like...
You're gonna have to take the disease hit.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a disease. It's a negative penalty effect
Mm-hmm.
from being within range.
Does
of
it
it.
stack though?
No.
That's fine.
No, it's just basically if he or anything around it casts a disease effect spell, you roll your fortitude save and you -4 from it if you're within 50 feet of him.
Yeah.
So what you're looking for is anything that
Range.
boosts fortitude or something that affects at range, so you don't have to get close. So luckily, our paladin is immune to disease.
That's great.
Yes.
He's immune to disease?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a paladin thing.
Yeah, fear and disease.
Didn't he get disease?
He got cursed.
Oh, okay.
He's not immune to curses.
As we have found out.
Got it. Can we research if they're evil?
They are definitely
They're
evil.
definitely
They're
evil.
demons.
The demons.
I
That is
am
evil.
clarifying for everyone.
Yes. They are super, super evil.
Yeah. Also, the fact that they're
Serving the
damaged by
four
good,
horsemen
serving
of
the
the-
four horsemen. Yeah, it's pretty much a
I
drone
am-
conclusion.
Literally checking. Everyone can.
I don't know
calm
if
their
they're,
titties.
Yeah, they're neutral. They're not chaotic or lawful, but they are evil.
Cool.
You do a little bit more research,
And,
just in case, and you notice that as far as the Damon's Realm goes, it's top dog rules. So they're all kind of neutral. Some of them are a little chaotic. They're all evil, but
The strongest one is the most powerful.
yes, the more powerful you are, the more people you have underneath you, and the larger area you rule.
Got it.
So, and you also found out that this Lord of Pestilence isn't the first one. He defeated his predecessor.
That's unfortunate.
Is it?
I can see why. These stats are ridiculous.
Yes, they are. He's a daemon. He's a horseman.
There's only 4.
I know.
We haven't gone through one.
I'm aware. Okay.
All right. Anything else you need to look up in the library?
Can I prepare a spell again before we do anything?
You have time, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
fine.
just like.
You have plenty of time.
Yeah, I don't think, unless you can think of anything we need to find in the library.
I can't think of anything.
Cool.
You guys are the thinkers. I was the dumb one. I couldn't even read for the first half of this campaign. So.
Is there anywhere in particular that you guys want to go? Like, be teleported to?
Potions.
Somewhere near. What's that place called?
Golden Gate Park.
Yes, Golden Gate
Forest.
Forest, where we need to go.
But
That we
also,
can also stop at and get like potions and like
arrow.
arrows, bolts. things
Okay.
like that.
You've been to a few places around there, like between the Feywild or the Feywood and the and Golden Gate Forest. Do you need to go into Golden Gate Forest, or do you just need to?
Don't we need to meet up with
We
the?
have to meet up with them in Golden Gate Forest, don't we?
Isn't
No.
that what we're supposed to meet up at?
They're meeting you at like
The tower.
Civic Center.
Oh, we're just going.
They're because this entire time
Yeah,
they have been
They're
like
meeting ready.
shuffling troops underground to get there to be prepared. Because if they come above ground, everybody's gonna know they're coming. So they're moving through the sewers.
Cool. Then yeah, let's just go near where they are. That is also has like a general store that we can stop and get supplies at
Discreetly,
discreetly.
because we are being we know that things are being watched and we're being monitored. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Perry runs off and he's like, "Wait here. I'll go see what they can do and what we can find in the area or near it."
You also don't have any like weapons or anything. I know you.
No.
Okay, just checking. Just
No.
have to ask.
I agree completely with that, Sam. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
So he comes back about a half an hour, 40 minutes later with like 4 different mages. And they pull out a map of the city, and you can see Golden Gate Forest, and you can see the Feywood above it, and a bunch of stuff in between, and you also see a long stretch of, you see the Panhandle basically, a long stretch of forest to the east of Golden Gate Forest that goes out quite a bit. And then a couple miles away is Civic Center, and they point to a spot on the map kind of in between it. And they're like, well, here's the Temple of Iomide. And then right, like, a half a mile below it is a Temple of Sarenrae. Which one would you want us to teleport you near?
With me to you.
who's my deity?
Yeah, I'm
Yomide.
about to ask you. Have a deity?
Yomide. Let's go to Yomide.
He has Pharasma.
Okay.
Is it? No, it's not Pharasma.
My deity is Desna.
Yeah, Desna doesn't have, like, too many official temples.
Okay. Cool. Then let's go to the one that has the deity person.
Yeah,
So-
that's Kai's deity.
Again, super useful.
Yeah. Iomide? Okay. So they branch you off a little bit and start chanting, and it takes about 6 seconds, and you feel it thump in your body, and you're just like, everything goes right in the center, and then poof, right out again, and you all kind of end up at different parts of the street. Teleportation isn't a precise science. without magic circles. But you all see each other. You're within a block of each other, and you are standing outside of a giant temple. Pure white, silver dome on top. It looks a little dirty, but it's not so bad. And the doors are closed.
Okay. Do we need to go into the temple for any reason?
Well, yes.
Yes.
Caius should definitely go into the temple and pay respects
Okay.
Okay.
to his deity.
Do you want to have him just like...
And do you want to role play him?
Sure. So let's walk up. He's gonna knock on the door and ask if he can.
So you knock on the door,
Enter
and
and-
it makes a resounding clang. And not long after, an acolyte, you can't see their faces, the hoods are pulled down, pulls open the doors, steps back, and beckons you to enter. Closes the door behind you, bows, and asks, "How may I help you?"
Just in the area, collecting supplies and on a journey. Would like to take some time to pay homage to my deity. Is there a quiet place where I might pray and gain strength?
Absolutely. Would you like to be in the main temple, or would you like a private prayer room?
I would prefer a private prayer room.
All right. Follow me. And she leads you off into a private prayer room. By yourself or with anybody else?
Would you guys like to accompany me, or are you going to go off on another tangent?
Yeah.
Well, should we look for
A supply, a store.
Well,
Okay.
this is not our deity.
Yeah, that's true.
So we should look for a supply store close by.
Okay.
Okay.
Do knowledge local.
And knowledge local. So you go into, Caius goes into a prayer room and prays.
Yep, and he's
For what?
basically praying to his god to figure out strength to get through the upcoming battle, fortitude to resist,
Okay.
all the natural things that Caius would pray for.
Awesome.
I
Cool.
imagine, not being Caius.
Okay.
And then we can do a knowledge local.
Absolutely.
Okay. I have a +5. I don't know
Nice.
what yours is.
Are you
I have a plus.
Urban Ranger?
Yes.
And forget the nature part.
Yeah.
24.
Oh yeah, you find one easily enough.
Cool.
You find a local armory that's not too expensive.
You have most of the gold.
I have.
Well, half of me is with you guys, half of me is praying.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Yeah, so you went with Nicomas went with them. Okay. Just left Caius there all by himself.
Caius needed a moment.
Yeah. He's in his. He's
does
Privately collect and
He does
spend
that.
time with his deity.
It's not the first time.
No.
Cool.
You need arrows, eh?
We do.
So go ahead and purchase stuff.
Okay. So I need arrows.
And it was what, 1 gold for 20 arrows? Was that what it was, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 gold per bundle of 20.
Yeah.
Cool. I can only hold 20 max, so we'll do that.
We'll
need-
do another
These,
gold. I need 20.
What potions do you have for sale?
I don't. I'm an armory.
Is there a potion? Come on. Do you know of a potion store around? I think we should definitely load up on.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I rolled a natural 17. Yeah, there's one like. So go out the door, turn left, turn right, and on your right hand side, halfway down the block, halfway down the alley, on the left hand side is a little potion store.
Got it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Is there anything else the armory
I was about
that
to
may be of
ask. I
interest?
assume the armory has
Check
just.
for both.
It has weapons and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what kind of bows and stuff do you have?
I have long bows, short bows, crossbows, hand crossbows.
Okay. Yeah,
No, the usual stuff.
I have a longbow.
We already have just a standard longbow. Does
Yeah.
a short bow do more damage, or is a longbow?
Do you have anything in the range of a composite bow?
Let me go in the back real quick and let me see. As a matter of fact, I do.
I would like a composite bow.
Yes, please.
Composite longbow.
Yes.
Got it. You're gonna make me look shit up.
Sorry, I know what I want.
Look that shit up. Make yourself useful.
I was just gonna ask you if you wanted me to look it up for you. Since I'm just sitting here.
So, are you all just gonna leave at the same time, or are you guys gonna branch off?
No,
or-
no, we stay as a group.
Okay.
We don't know what's gonna happen right now.
It's kind of hectic outside. People are kind of wandering around, looking around like we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Nobody's really like shopping. They're just occasionally running through the streets looking like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Like, half the city's
I
gone.
mean, like, what do you guys think should, like a shop for potions while you guys are doing this? Because I'm, like, I have my crossbow and it seems adequate enough, and my mace has been really
Do you
nice.
need bolts?
I have 18.
Okay.
And I can only hold 2 more. There's no point in
Does
it.
Caius need arrows or bolts?
Kinds of swords.
He doesn't have a bow?
He might in just a second.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Just the
it's-
cost.
It's 100 gold.
For a composite longbow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're not that special. Like, it's a fairly...
That's a lot of money. 100 gold?
Yeah. I already have a composite
Yeah,
one,
but
though, so-
but you want one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Kais does not have
A ranged weapon?
ranged weapons.
Like we don't have
Let's buy, spend an additional gold and buy an additional 20 arrows.
Okay.
And I will give him 20 arrows, and I will give him the short bow that I currently have.
Okay.
Got it. So
Cool.
103 gold.
How are we on gold?
We have 3,477.
And
Not
I,
too bad.
And I, have
I always
200.
forget to ask, because Monday's gold is no issue.
Yeah.
I have 200.
We're just like, yeah, buy it.
Yeah, they have so much freaking gold.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like the first time we spent gold in forever.
Yeah, well, you haven't had a chance to spend
last
gold
time we
forever.
bought, well, last time we bought was the communication ring,
Mhm.
which we only have 2 still, right? Or no, we
No,
have
you
one.
have all 4.
Oh, we have one.
Yeah, you actually saved up and bought all 4. So you could branch off and still be in communication as long as you're within 500 feet of each
Yeah,
other.
but I don't want to be like sitting there,
I hear
like, sitting ghost, like sitting duck.
Like running into skeleton champions and stuff.
Those bitches. I'm just gonna bow and scoot. Is that what bow and scoot?
Bow and scoop.
Stay cool. We're gonna go in this door. Bowed. Still bowed. Close the door back. Motherfucking.
Cool. So then do you want to head over? So
we
I
need
give
to
you...
put. We need to go to the potion store.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that is very much guaranteed that we need to go to the
Mhm.
potion store. 'Cause
Okay.
I want to just splurge right now and at least get each person 2 cure moderate wounds. Because I'm being less healing and more like just helpful.
Those are going to run about gold each.
About 50 gold each.
Cure.
That's it.
Potions?
Oh
Yeah, it's not in there.
4 each.
It's not in here, right?
It's not in there, unfortunately.
I saw it earlier when I was looking at spell creation, and it was 25 for light, 50 for moderate. I thought, but it was in the player's guide under craft items.
What's in the craft items?
Because it gives you the price of
Player's handbook.
yeah, it gives you the price of what it would cost if you wanted to craft it, because that's how they determine how long it takes to craft an item.
Dude, I'm looking
Because it was actually
P
looking
for
at crafting.
player's handbook.
If it's only 50 for cure moderate, I think
Here,
we should get
help.
2
I can
cure
look through this,
serious.
Can you
Yeah,
give
I
him
mean,
just a
depends on the
standard
house,
short
yeah.
bow and 20
I mean,
max sword arrows?
Ken, did you
Yeah.
like...
this isn't Target. We're going to.
Spells,
really what
If
it
it
is.
exists, it's there.
races, index. Do you know what it was under?
Yeah, craft items.
Yeah, well, it says magic
Sure,
items, but it
wow.
doesn't say craft items.
I'll find it. Hold on.
It's in
If not, then I'm gonna have to
services.
change.
Chevrolet and 20 arrows?
It wasn't the
Yeah.
core rulebook. It
I
was
was
the.
using the core rule book, yeah.
Okay, that's
It's
why.
under craft
What?
items.
What?
There's a magic item.
Oh, that's where I was looking.
Yeah, magic item creation. And it has the
Oh.
cost and everything.
This section is kind of big.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
Potions. Anything that is a 0 level spell for potion creation is 25 gold, first level 50, second level 400.
Nope.
25, 50, 300, 750. It's just a rough estimate. This is how much it costs to craft the potion.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
potions.
no.
Here it is.
Which is moderate
Um,
and serious.
Well, that's not how much they are. That's
Well,
just,
I have potion costs for spell level.
okay.
0, first, second, and third.
Here.
Oh wait, modern, medium, major. Okay.
So cure moderate wounds is a level 3.
Level.
Moderate is the 2, isn't
Well, it depends on what you're looking at. So it is, 2.
It's a 2.
It has it by
Who's
class.
It's spell level by the caster level of
What's
the
that?
I don't know why I'm
Here.
saying that page. But
single-use activated potions such as Cure Light Wounds is whatever spell level the potion is by the caster level of the potion by 50 gold points. Which means moderate would be at a 0 caster level, which is what we play, would be 100
What
gold.
do you mean a 0 caster level?
Because we do the roll 2d8s and don't add a caster level to them on our potions.
Right, but you have to be able to cast it to make the potion.
It's just the math to figure out the cost.
To just buy this potion straight up.
It's under magical item gold piece values. It should be on the page before, or a couple pages before. I'm looking in the online one. If you want to see what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
But it actually
Because
has,
it's really hard to find in this
I know,
book.
it actually has potions of Cure Light Wounds as the example, and the math on how to get to it.
Natural item creation. Where are we looking at right here?
Single use. It's about midway on the page, I think.
Single use.
price of a potion is equal to the level of the spell times the creator's caster level times 50 gold. That's what this has.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, spell level, which is 1, times caster level, which is 1. So that's 1 times 50. So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 50 for a light, and then it would be... So it's
450 for a moderate.
450.
No, it should be...
2
100.
times 2 is 4 plus 50 gold.
Oh, you're doing 2 as the
Times.
caster level and 2 as the spell level. Okay.
Because you have to be level 2 to cast it.
Well, it would be
more than level 2, but yeah.
No, it's...
it's
It's
2
a
times 2 times 50.
Oh, it's a second level spell. So what...
It'll be 200 gold.
No, it wouldn't. What level do you have to be to cast second level spells? I think it's second level you have to, but
I think you
It's
get
a
them.
spell level 2 with...
we're gonna go with 450 because it's the cheaper.
Okay.
And then Cure Serious is
A third
No,
level
well, Cure
spell.
Serious, we can't afford Cure Serious.
No.
Like, the amount I want we can't afford Cure Serious. So 450 for moderate?
Mm.
yeah 450.
It might behoove you to go ahead and write this down so we don't run into this problem again, Sean.
I'll do it later.
Okay.
I had the spell list. I had that potion list. I don't know where it went, so I'll find it and
I don't know. This was like, because I was trying to figure out the math, because when the cost of this is not the cost it takes to buy it. This is the list, and you calculate the cost and how long it takes to craft it.
So, A, does the shop have Cure Moderate Wound potions that we've just entered?
they do not.
No. This is all for now.
No, because we learned something important.
No, we did.
That if it only costs 50 gold for a Cure Light Wounds potion, then we could,
We can get shit.
based
ton
on the
of Cure
math,
Light.
if someone had the capability, us, because we're the ones with the magic Cure Light Wounds, or
So,
Caius,
yeah. 50 for
then
the
we
first
could
one,
craft our
and
own
then second
in
would be
about
300
2 hours.
That's to make it, not to buy it.
Are we still in the
That's to make
pocket?
it.
Or are we out of the
Make
pocket?
it.
We're out of pocket.
We're out of the pocket. So you're saying if
Right,
we,
so you have
if
about-
if we bought one potion we could craft
No, I'm saying
I mean,
as
I'm-
we level up, if
Yeah.
someone takes craft potions, according to the way this reads, we could craft Cure Light Wounds in about 2 hours.
Right.
light wounds.
Yeah, that's why I was texting you earlier. Like next level, you can create potions, and you can make your own.
Yeah, but I also really want those extra 2 spell slots.
No, it has nothing to do with spell
No.
slots.
It's a
No, no, no,
It's
no,
a
no, no,
feat.
no.
It's a
Yeah,
feat.
the next feat I already picked out with because I looked at
Oh.
my feats, and like there's a feat that was like, hey, here's 2 extra spell slots.
Yeah, and they're like first or second, like they're 0 level or first level spells.
That's how that feat works.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you could be like busting out cure
Yeah, then I
potions.
guess I could
Well,
probably-
you could also do...
But we can talk about that
At
when
level
we actually get
six-
close.
Yeah,
At level
yeah,
6,
yeah.
you can actually create wands, and you can just create a wand of Cure Light Wounds with 50 charges. It would take several days.
It would take a lot longer than that because he only has so many spells per day.
No, it's
Oh.
a day per $1,000 that it costs, and a wand of Cure Light Wounds.
Just to make the wand, not to charge it.
There's no charging it. It says a wand in creation, once created, with a magic roll, it's fully charged.
Oh.
I was reading because I was wondering
Well,
how
send it to
long
me
it would
later.
take. Yeah.
Anyway, no, there are
Yeah.
not any cure light
Short
wounds
bow
or
arrows.
moderate wounds or any cure wounds here.
There's no. What are the spells? Are the potions that are here?
Again, I don't have that list, but it's the same list as every single time you've been into a spell potion shop because it's the same little guy in every single frickin'
This
potion
guy.
shop.
Okay, thank
Burro,
you. Thank you, Burrow.
what are you looking for?
Well, we were looking for potions
To
that
heal.
could heal, but if you don't have
Yeah, I
them,
don't have any right now.
That's fine. That's fine. Do you want to see if he has do you have any I don't think you have that either.
I thought I gave you guys one of
yeah.
those things
Wait,
with
what?
the list, but
I don't have
Wait,
one.
wait, wait.
Sean's got the little pocket.
no, it's a whole piece of paper.
That's not.
No.
This is the I
Okay.
think you gave it to us.
That's fine.
I don't know. Sorry.
It might be one of Jerry's books.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
it might
think
be
that.
this awesome.
Nope.
Nope, that's conducted mace. Then what's this? Oh, the goggles that we never use.
Okay.
I mean, we're never separated.
Okay.
It's a king size
I don't think that there's anything else we need then.
What goggles?
I have goggles that, if you have one of the lenses, you can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah, up to a certain distance.
Yeah, so it's like communication areas.
Do we just want to go back then? Back to Kaya?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Cool.
back to Okay. Are you prepped?
Yeah.
Okay, and Caius is praying. How long is he going to pray?
Let's let him pray for how much longer? Let's let him give at least 2 hours.
Okay, because you've got 3 hours total.
Okay, let's let him pray for an hour.
Okay, that's fine. So he prays for an hour.
We'll give him modest time to pray.
And at the end of his prayer, he feels a hand on his shoulder. And all of a sudden he feels stronger. And a little bit, I don't know, more resistant to everything. And the hand goes away, and he now has a +1 on all his saves.
That was nice.
And as you guys are still shopping and looking around for stuff, he gets up, looks around, and there's nobody there.
I guess I probably should have told him.
Next time I'm praying for stuff.
No, I mean in the room with him
Oh.
after he's been touched.
Guys, we're coming back.
So he
That's
leaves
super-
the room,
that's super
and
easy
there
to-
is an acolyte out there, and she bows, or it bows because you can't really tell, and you hear a female voice saying, "She has shown us the way, and she has seen your plight, and she hands you 4 cure moderate wound potions."
Okay, so that's on.
Yes.
Well, we're not there yet.
Nope, you're not.
So.
But eventually, you get back to the temple, and he's outside waiting for you.
Cool. Hey, Kaius, how'd the praying go?
It was great. I got to commune. She's answered my call. I feel embodied with strength, and I was also gifted 4 potions of cure moderate wounds.
I definitely think that you should keep 2 of them and give 1 to Sylvanas and 1 to Gomez.
Maybe if you've taken an opportunity to pray to your deity, you would have gotten some as well. Cool.
You know what? You're right. They're your potions to do as what you wish with.
The Traveler is a little bit more difficult to get in touch with. She kind of, she doesn't have temples, so she doesn't have a lot of acolytes. It's more of a traveling thing.
I'm like, yeah, cool. I would love to pray to my goddess if I found an outpost in a random
You
street.
can pray to her anywhere you go.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, let's be more Caius. In an effort to pursue, the venture we're on, I'm going to gift 1 to our ranger.
Sylvanas.
Yes.
Thank you, Kaius.
None to Nicomas, though?
Nicomas never gets
Nicomas doesn't need it.
She never gets
She's
praised.
got 1, and she has a cure light wounds as well.
And she has a cure light wounds spell, does she not?
Yes, and a cure moderate wounds.
There you go, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know you had that. Oh, fuck this.
She also has a potion of general repose, which might come in handy.
I know, right? For later.
I'm just looking
I'll
at
just
the
get
spell
comfy,
something.
baby. You know she's not feeling
She's
well.
still holding on to 2 of the potions that
I got
we got a long time ago that she's never had to use.
Which ones?
She's got a cure light and the cure moderate.
Oh, the cure ones? Okay.
Okay.
I'm just
Thank you,
Trying
bud.
to help you, bro.
Cool. Are we gonna
Bro.
then head out?
Does anybody have summon spells? So like summon nature's ally.
I do.
There are some
You do?
monsters.
I don't have it equipped.
Okay.
I do.
Why?
Because it'd be a really easy way to call Lue.
Lue! I forgot about Lue.
Summon minor monster and summon monster 1.
Does it summon Fae?
Which one?
Check it out. Yeah, no, I didn't equip that. I only have a bundle.
Spell functions like summon monster 1, except you can summon 1d3 tiny or small animals such as bats, lizards, monkeys, rats, ravens, toads, and weasels.
So it's
Not
just
Fae, yeah.
Animals? Okay.
And
Yeah, that
then
would be nature's ally then, probably.
Summon monster 1 is basically the summon monster list.
I mean, I'll give it to you if you want to put it in your thing. How many spells do you have? Just one?
2.
Okay.
I have 2.
But yeah, you wouldn't, as characters, have forgotten about Lue.
Yeah.
Because this is like all within days, not
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that,
I know.
like-
a month of playing.
2 months.
No. Okay.
I'm doing that. I'm doing
You
that.
doing it?
No, wait, no, I'm not doing that. I'm doing something else.
He doesn't have summon nature's ally. He has a summon monster.
Monsters.
And because you guys have been hanging out with her enough, then yeah, it wouldn't be a problem.
I don't think she can hear your whistle.
With that attitude.
Take
it's because my
off
whistling is
abundant
terrible.
ammunition.
Oh no.
What was your other spell?
Abundant.
Abundant.
Double
It was both,
abundant
yeah.
ammunition. Even though he uses his sword every day.
Well, you know what? When I'm just like, I shoot my arrow and it's just like, tink.
Mm.
I'm like, sick.
Wow. I win.
And my sword is more powerful than my bow.
Truth.
You are an urban ranger, yeah.
Where is it? Summon nature ally. Summon nature ally 1.
Okay.
And I cast it.
Okay, so you cast it and you do whistle. But as you do that, you can feel some sort of like magical essence going out into it, and it starts bouncing off the walls of the city. Because you are used to summoning things within the walls of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And about 20 minutes goes by, and you hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And she alights right in front of you. It's been forever since I've seen you guys. Where the hell have you been? You didn't let me come with you. What'd you do?
Babe, everywhere.
Yeah, we went down to the swamp and
What?
I just want to make sure you're okay though, because they're like that swamp, like it was struggles.
Oh, yeah, I've been helping people sneak through the city and everything.
Yeah.
Sure, you made yourself very useful, Blue Eye. Are you ready? What?
I don't know.
Well, if she's been helping people sneak through the city, maybe she has updates about where they might be or when
Yeah,
we might meet them.
I was about to ask before.
I
Someone
don't
gave me
know,
just
you
a look.
The tone,
Just
that,
a
the
look.
tone that you said that, and you're just like, I'm sure you helped a lot of people. Okay, sorry.
I'm really happy to hear that you're okay and you've been able to assist. Would you be able to assist us in meeting up with everyone?
Absolutely, follow me.
Perfect. Thank you.
So she takes you down a few streets and into an alley and flies down to a manhole. They're in there.
All right.
Fun.
Fun. So let's go inside.
Okay, so you go down there. What?
Darkness.
That's just where everyone is.
Don't you have a light spell?
Yeah, I like that.
That's a 0 level spell that you can cast as many times as you want.
Dancing light, it's not that.
Okay, is Dancing Lights at level 1
It's
or
just
level
one of
0?
those-
It's a cantrip.
Remember when you were
Nice.
talking about
Shit,
player knowledge and like character
Oh,
knowledge?
yeah.
I just like keep seeing this like little black bitch over here being like, it's gonna be midnight black hour. Oh,
It's the sewer, it is dark. down there.
darkness, magical darkness.
So she takes you for about a half an hour through a few of the tunnels, and she kind of sometimes stops and turns back and goes a different way. And it's taking a little while, but she's not used to being underground. She's doing her best. And you finally get to a section where there's a whole bunch of men, elves and dwarves, standing around in armor looking really bored. And she flies up to them and she's like, "Make way for the heroes of San Francisco!"
Oh wow.
And she kind of flies through them, and as you pass, you can hear people murmuring and like, "Oh my God, it's really them! Oh my God, they came to help us finally! Oh my God!" All this stuff. So they're whispering, and they're starting to. The buzz is starting, and she leads you through a lot of people, Probably a couple hundred. Till finally you get to a certain area where the armor starts looking a little bit nicer, the weapons start looking a little bit nicer, the people start looking a little bit more stuck up, and you finally get to...
Don't talk bad about my people.
You finally get to a section where...
half my people. Sorry.
That you see Drugar standing around, and he turns around. It's good to see you. Are you ready?
We're ready as we'll ever be.
We've been waiting. Oh, the boys are ready to get out there and hack up something.
Yeah, I think we're
Are
ready.
you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We informed them about what we saw at the
Library.
and what we know about Corval.
Okay. All right.
So if you guys...
So a look of fear crosses most of their faces. Like they're like kind of talking to themselves. Like, I don't know if 500 men are going to be able to defeat a demon.
We'll be able to do it.
Friends,
Do you guys?
elves, dwarvens.
Dwarvens.
Today's the day. If you don't do it today, then it's not going to happen. Today's the day. Like, even if we fail, we'll go down fighting.
Alright.
Braveheart speech.
Nakoma slaps Robin.
Oh, you know what?
Well deserved. You probably deserve that.
Yeah. So if anyone has any silver weapons,
No, we didn't plan for this,
okay, it was worth a shot.
but we'll do our best.
Yeah.
So the plan is that we are going to swarm from 3 different sides, the Civic Center area, and converge on City Hall and go in and take him down.
Sounds good.
All right. Go ahead and give the signal whenever you're ready.
Are we ready?
Nokomis reaches out, touches Kaisa's shield, light.
Right.
You light up your shield.
He can't see
You
in the
can't
dark.
see.
No, you've been using
I know.
dancing lights, and they have torches.
It's in case he decides to go running off on his own.
All right.
Can we stack up lights? Because can I touch Kaisa's sword and do light as well?
You can actually, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Absolutely.
touch Kaisa's sword and do light.
So Caius is now a shining beacon of paladinness
Follow him to glory.
for another 2 hours, 3 hours, something crazy like that.
It's got a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
dark
All
vision's
right.
one thing. Can I
That's
like?
good.
It just doesn't matter if we do deeper darkness.
For
Yeah,
an hour.
it's kind of getting on into the evening. Like it's
Yeah, yeah.
probably about 7 or 8 o'clock.
Can I take a second and touch everyone's weapon and do light on them?
Yeah.
Because it's one of my arisons. I'm just in case.
All right.
Just also because I've.
And as Robin reaches to touch me, I shoo her away.
Yeah,
I can handle this.
It's a
Do
him.
you
but
have
okay.
light?
I don't need the light.
What?
Because there's a giant army that all has shit lit up.
Girl, I don't know where you're gonna run off 100 feet in one direction. Like...
As Robin is running around furiously trying to light all the weapons, I look over at him and say, "So if we were trying to be sneaky about this, great job."
Liquor stealth is good anyway. Have you seen us try and
My
stealth
stealth
in
is
my
amazing.
heavy plated armor when I fall into the swamp? Anyway, okay, that's right.
Alright, let's go.
Ready?
All right. So you hear the murmuring, you hear the yelling of everybody underground, and all of a sudden everybody surges out into the Civic Center, and you arrive above ground with your friends and allies. Undead are everywhere. It looks as if half the city has been turned and has shown up for an anti-life rally. There must be thousands of them. The entire of Civic Center is packed full of zombies and skeletons, shambling about with no purpose. Some are elves, some dwarves, some humans, and other races. In certain places there are clusters of undead surrounding a single figure. These figures are very hard to make out and all look different. One individual looks in your direction and begins to move towards you. Its moan alerts others surrounding it, and they begin to follow en masse. Swarms of undead have begun to gather in front of you, and other outlets where forces are emerging from the underground stations. Though simple and barely dangerous on their own, The sheer numbers here speak of the quick death and rebirth. These must be where all the missing people around the city are. Across the vast sea of undead, you see a large building with an immense dome rising from the center of it. 2 long extensions branch out from either side of the building. The center dome is magically lit and shines with the pure white walls up to the patinaed dome, and all the way to the top of the gold-plated bell tower. Each arch, an outside walkway, and balcony is also lit, even though every facet of the building is decorated by delicate carvings, inlays, and intricate stonework. As a whole, it gives off an aura of power and strength. Do a knowledge engineering.
Natural 20.
Okay.
What?
Do a perception.
Wait, who?
Me. 29.
29. Alright. So you see a pattern in the swarms. They seem to be going after the larger groups, and only the stragglers chase after individuals. You don't see anything special.
Sweet.
So Drugar looks at you and he's like, we need to get you into that building. But how?
I see a pattern that the enemy is taking where they only go after the larger groups.
Alright, but you glow like a beacon.
Yeah, well.
Since Robin was so inept to light everyone up, I kind of just reach over and be like, dispel all the lights.
You can actually just stop the spell yourself.
Stop the spell!
Okay, so it goes dark. It's hard to see. It's dusk. There's a little ambient light, but not much. But it's really easy to figure out where you need to go.
Cool.
So how do you want to do this?
You guys, since I can see the pattern, you want to just follow me? We can try and, like,
Weave.
maneuver
Yeah,
through.
let's
Okay.
sandwich Caius somewhere in the middle of us since he can't really see all that
Absolutely. So,
Well, I mean, like, is his light removed?
Yeah, all
well.
lights
I
are
removed all the lights.
you can remove all the lights if you'd like.
I
It's
mean,
your spell.
I know I removed all lights, but he did the light on his shield.
Yeah, it's already.
I removed it.
Okay,
I'm just...
It's dark.
it's dark. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So is this the order you want to go in?
Yeah. That looks good.
Okay. So Nokomis is at the back as usual.
Sure. Put it back.
All right. So you weave in and out. Go ahead and everybody roll a stealth check.
That's gonna be fun.
It's group stealth. You're helping each other.
What?
And Lou is flying at your shoulder.
27.
But
Wait, stealth is plus. And so...
yeah, because you added those extra skills when you redid your character.
No, but it's usually been negative. It doesn't matter because it's 8.
Mine's 27.
Caius's is 1.
Yeah, because I put that's why I didn't put any knowledge in any skills in knowledge because I have
Becomes
a
a
six
28.
Okay.
ranks in
Yeah,
stealth
stealthy
and I have a
people.
+2.
Yeah, that'll be enough. So you're making about a third way across, following Sylvanas like randomly through the crowd. You're kind of a third of the way across the Civic Center area without being too harassed. You know, you bump skeletons out of the way. They're not that big of a deal.
Yeah, just push them and run.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll one more time.
Yourself?
Yeah.
25.
26 for Nokomis and 10 for Caius.
8
Okay.
again.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sorry guys.
No, it's not.
That's why I don't have anything in knowledge. I've been wasting everything in stealth.
Okay.
You just take stealth as a feat.
And out of the crowd, you actually see
Focus.
a skeleton that looks very similar to the ones that you were having a lot of trouble with last time come directly at you.
Perfect.
Everybody roll initiative. But there's only one.
What?
25.
What is it? 15? Robin?
16.
Caius?
16.
You guys roll off? Robin and Caius?
19.
Natural 20.
Robin goes first.
And then
Nokomis.
what's your reroll?
17.
Okay.
That's well pretty high, dang.
And it
Unfortunately,
goes
it
first.
doesn't matter.
Actually, that did matter. We want you at the end. We've talked about why you need to be at the end of things.
Yeah, but how did you roll higher than a 20?
Hmm?
Oh, you have.
She rolled 17.
I didn't. I'm at the end.
Oh, no, so the second time, it's to see who goes first between the two of you.
Yeah.
Because you tied.
Without adding anything.
So you're going.
It's just-
third.
Yeah. No, you're second.
Second. Because
second.
you rolled higher than...
You rolled higher than
You-
Caius
you're
did.
third in general.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
So it is
Whatever.
round one, and it will go first, and it will run up and attack you.
Surprise.
You go ahead and do the... Okay. And it will swing its masterwork longsword at you. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. Nokomis.
Inspiration of courage.
Okay. And I noticed that you put that in as a condition for...
I did. He needed it.
it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, inspire courage, and then I'm gonna move.
You can't move too far away from the group because there are swarms of
I know. I'm
undead
only
around
moving
you.
right
Okay,
there.
Okay.
Barb,
Robin, you're up.
Guidance on
Caius is
Sylvanas.
next.
Guidance on Sylvanas. +1 on attack, saving.
You'd have to get
Touch
closer.
him.
I'm not touching him.
You're
No,
in
that's
line.
you.
Are we in a?
We're in a line.
Yeah, but you can't go too far away because you've still got swarms of
Yeah,
undead.
just do it on Caius. That's fine.
If you can't hit because you're in the way.
That doesn't mean I
He can
can't
move.
get
Whatever.
there.
Yeah.
Then guidance on.
Go for
Okay.
Caius.
Okay.
Nice.
And are you staying where you are? Or are you gonna move?
I'm staying.
Okay.
What was
Caius.
guidance again?
Huh?
It's just plus
It's a plus one.
Attack, saving, and skill check.
But you have to
Sure.
pick which one, and
Yeah.
then it goes away.
+1 on an attack roll.
Plus one on attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Like,
You don't need
for
saving or
Caius,
anything.
Yeah, I'm just like.
Skeleton's got a 5-foot reach, right?
Yeah. It's only 5 feet.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, it's actually got a 10. But I'm gonna make it a 5.
Is he flanked?
He is flanked.
That's plus...
Four to
Plus 4
hit.
hits.
That's a lot.
That's why I did my stealthy walk
You'll
around
need it
maneuver. Okay, and then he is going to attack.
Okay.
For 32
Hits.
plus 4, 36.
32 plus 4?
Because he's flanked.
I rolled high.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Also
What'd you
has-
roll?
And he
A
also has,
19 and
Nice.
he has 13.
and he also has
She's
+1
not
on
feeling
attack.
No,
That's
it's
nice.
20. No, that's right. 30,
Doesn't matter,
31
you
plus
hit.
4. Yeah, it hit.
Yeah, you hit it. It's AC's only 24.
Okay. And then 1d8.
That's you.
She's got allergies.
No.
Stay away from my dice.
You moved them.
7 and 6, 13.
For 13, wow. Okay. So you get behind it and you just hit it in the back. In the back and the side, and it's like, it kind of cracks a bit. And you get your sword kind of lodged in there, you just yank it out, and like stuff just falls to the ground.
Sweet.
Robin, you're up.
Again?
Oh, wait. No, sorry. Sylvanas. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
mixed up with him too because he's playing through here. It's hard.
I'm like,
I'm going
dude,
to
I just went.
attack it twice with my longsword.
Okay.
For a natural 20.
Nice.
The first
That
one.
is a really good first one.
And then 10. Plus 4. So 14. But still.
Second one misses.
Okay. But I still.
Double the
You critical,
rolls.
right?
And, yeah, roll twice. And
3, 7. So it's 10 plus 6. 16.
16. Wow. You guys are taking this down real fast.
Good.
He's like,
Better than we've had experience.
yeah, you're just running up and literally just hacking this shit to death.
Bitch, I know how to do.
It is his turn. He gains back, and he is going to go after you again, and misses again. I rolled 2 twice in a row.
Keep doing that.
Yeah.
Nokomis, you're up.
Nicodemus
Robin, you're next.
Is going to continue inspiration as a free action and go to attack with her crossbow.
Okay.
Or longbow.
Composite longbow even.
For 26
Hits.
before 30. Okay.
Ranged attack is not flank.
Oh, that's right. It's fine. It's still hit. For 4.
For 4 points of damage?
Mhm.
Okay. Robin, Caius, you're next.
Move up and guidance for attack on Sylvanas.
Okay.
Plus 1 attack.
Mhm.
Okay.
Obviously.
Caius.
Caius is
Sylvanas,
going to
you're
attack.
next.
He's going to use his guidance for the first one. Good call on my part. 28 for 9. 32.
Hits.
And 24.
Hits, exactly.
12. 21.
21. You take it out. You just take a couple swings and hack off the head, and boom, it's gone. It's
Yay.
done.
Loot the body.
You don't have time.
We're on a mission.
I know.
We fall back into line.
Go back in the line.
Okay.
And we run.
And stealth check.
30.
11.
Natural 20. For Nokomis. You need her full number, I give it to you.
Yeah.
And then 13.
Okay. So you make it a little bit farther, but because you had to stop and fight this thing, you've still got like a quarter of the way to go, but you're still kind of weaving in and out. Not too bad. One more time.
Natural
3.
3 and a 20.
Yeah, it's not enough. All right.
Piss away my natural 20.
You're doing it.
And you see 2 zombies coming out of the crowd towards you. I don't have zombies. I only have mummies, but
That's fine. Oh, zombies?
zombies.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not super strong. She's dead.
I know, right? So sad.
I know.
What?
Dolores is dead.
Yeah,
She
from the time
died.
baby, she was like, what, like 46 or something like that?
Yeah, she wasn't very old at all.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one singing?
From the cranberries?
Yeah. Everybody roll initiative, sorry.
Yeah.
17.
8.
Okay, Nokomis?
6.
Oh, okay. So, you said 17?
Mhm.
Caius?
7.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, it's not hopeless.
Nothing is hopeless
No,
with
that's
friends.
fine. We're good. You just have to believe in the heart of the
You
cards.
just leave the part in the card.
I got this covered.
I guess so.
Dice gotta stay separated.
Sylvanas, you're up first.
Okay, I'm going to
Stop rolling that set with my offhand.
go up to this one here
Mm-hmm.
and attack
Okay.
with my sword. Oof. For... Oh, I need to turn this off. Hold
Oh, well.
Oh, for Pride of Inspiration.
Yeah.
on. 18.
18 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perfect. For 8.
Let's see, that's number 1 and that's number 2. Okay. You hack at it and it doesn't really do as much damage as you expected, but you're still hurting it.
Look at that.
Bludgeoning damage.
I don't have any bludgeoning.
Smash it, though.
It's number 2's turn. It's going to. It is going to flank you because you look tasty.
I am tasty.
Is it? Where is it? There it is. Slam attack for 22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
That's the hit.
There you go.
For 1.
For 6 points or 5 points of damage. 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
20 damage.
22 and no, just
Oh shit!
Robin, you're up.
I
Kais,
greatly
you're next.
underestimate these. I cast guidance on Kais. Plus 1 an attack.
Okay.
I was so scared, my bubble punched up for like real quick. Sorry, man.
And you're gonna stay where okay. Caius, Nokomis, Caius and Nokomis go one right after the other.
Kai steps up.
Is now flanked.
It's flanked and goes to attack with his shield.
Okay.
Doing a shield bash. For a 28.
Hits.
Plus 4, but he hits. That is 4 points of damage.
Nice. Okay. Nokomis.
Bardic Inspiration of Courage.
Okay.
And she will step 2 steps to the side.
Okay.
It's so nice having it in here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's number 1's turn. It's gonna go after you again. With an 18.
No.
Okay. So it swings at you and you just kind of dodge out of the way. You're like, you are too motherfucking clumsy
I
for me.
am very acrobatic.
Top of the round, Sylvanas, it's your turn.
I will continue to attack. This is number 1, right?
Yes.
I will attack number 1. Actually, I'm going to turn around and attack number 2.
Okay.
So
You
we
want to talk about pretending?
Nope.
I haven't moved. I'm just
He hasn't
turning
left
around
the threatening
I
area.
didn't know if it was.
For 19? No, I got a crit.
You got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 20, 31 to hit.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Is 19 a crit or is
Yeah,
it
19 is a crit.
Okay.
This
You can just say that. I don't,
Oh, okay.
You don't have to add
Okay.
everything about.
So 7 and 8. So plus 6 and 21.
Okay, so you turn around and you just hack the shit out of it. It's like,
You got. You gone.
it was its turn, but now it's not anymore. Robin, Caius, you're next.
Stand in total defense.
Okay, Caius.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
Flanked and attack with his shield. 4, 5, 29.
Hits.
3 points of damage.
It's
Although
still
you
standing.
keep getting the super high on the D20, but like D4, you're like 1.
Yeah, you circle around it and you slam your shield into it, and its arm falls off.
But like,
it's
but
like,
like-
ah! Nokomis.
20. Let's see, she's gonna go to attack.
With her crossbow.
With her crossbow.
Does she have?
Just blank shot.
Okay, cool.
And 14.
Hits.
14?
Yep.
Okay.
They're very
They're zombies.
We'll work with that. Where's my 8? 4 points of damage.
Okay, and you notice that
Keep those away.
the arrow literally just, and then keeps going after Sylvanas. And it is its turn. Going after Sylvanas. And totally misses because it's missing it. Tried to swing with its arm and remembered that it wasn't there.
So with a nub.
Yep. So it is top of the round, Sylvanas. Turn back around.
I'm going to attack it
Okay.
twice.
Okay.
Twice?
It is flanked as well.
Yeah, because I can attack twice with my sword.
Hmm.
So 20.
Yep.
Yeah. And then. Ooh. So that's 2, 9, plus 4 is 13.
Yep.
Nice. So I hit it twice. 1 plus 12. is 14.
Okay, you totally take it out. Gone. They're not very strong. They're just in the way.
18? Oh my god.
Yeah, because I got +6 for each attack.
That is so funny.
And as you're moving and as you're hacking away, you slice through it, and you come up on the steps to City Hall.
Okay.
And it is almost 8 o'clock. Do you want to take a break?
Let's take a quick break.
1d plus 2. So, like, the plus is after you do the 2.
But I attacked it twice.
Yeah,
it
no,
wasn't
so-
a crit.
No. So after you do the. Oh, so it's 2.